Hey guys, happy Friday. So my video today is going to be a review and the video that I took yesterday at the Carmilla viewing party. I got to meet 6 of the girls from the cast. I met a group of girls there and we all kind of became fast friends and they're all really nice, so I want to give a shout out to them if they're watching right now. Hi guys, I missed you guys already. I took a lot of footage, so the video is going to be pretty long. But it's worth it. I had such a good time and everyone there was so nice and welcoming, and the cast is just as flawless in person as they are in their videos. So here you go. Hey guys, I'm here at the Carmilla event. Woohoo! Oh my goodness. New friend! Woohoo! Julia! Love you. Julia, say hello. Hi. Hello, say hello. This is my vlog.
We are going to watch the last 5 episodes of the show. And the finale. We are going to have a Q&A with the cast. Exclusive footage. Surprise guests. And a very big announcement, okay? Are you ready for this?
So all of that happened. And then they started calling out the cast members, and they kind of sat right in front of us. So this is how it went. Like right there, too.
Let me introduce.
Here we go.
Caitlin Alexander. Sherry Bell. Annie Briggs. Sophia Walker.
And then we watched the finale together, which was a 15-minute episode, which is very shocking because Carmilla episodes are normally in between 4 and 7 minutes. So this was the longest episode we've ever had. It was the most amazing episode we've ever had. And they were called up to do a Q&A, and I kind of filmed the whole thing, so here are a few clips from that.
If you could rename the series based on what has happened so far in the show, well, what would you name it?
So that's one. Also, pain and lesbians. Nobody stays dead.
Laura and Carmilla's excellent bogus adventure.
Maddie's minions.
Just straight up like shit hitting the fan. I would maybe just rename it like Silas. Silas University, because I think that, well, it is like just like Silas.
What was the toughest scene for you to film in season 2?
I was really worried about shooting episode 30 because I had never had to shoot a scene that was quite that emotional or a scene where someone close to me dies. So I was really worried about it because I thought that I wouldn't be able to get there. I really started to doubt myself as an actor, but the second Sophia died in my arms, it was like, it was just so easy to do. And like when I looked at everyone in the room, it was like, it was just instant. The most difficult scenes to shoot are the really mundane ones where we don't have lines and do montages, because it has to be very precise. It's like, no, put this box down right here, and then it's just like very unnatural and strange. So yeah,
I had to admit a lot of qualities that are unlikable, I would say. And so when I got the scripts, at first I was like, fuck no, like what sane person wants to like admit that? And then I realized I'm probably not sane because I chose to be an actor as a career. But I also feel like I was given such a gift in a lot of ways, because there's not many jobs that you get to go to work and like live through some really big important questions. And yes, thank you.
This was a serious crash course in camera work. I think so. It wasn't one episode in particular, it was more the struggle of everyone that I'm doing the scene with are behind me, but apparently I can't really turn and look at you. I have to try to like stay here. And what am I looking at? Okay, don't look directly at the camera. Look at that thing there. But feel all the things that you're feeling, but you can't make eye contact. That's not how theater works. So it really was a challenge. And also things were happening quickly. And as a theater actor, we have the luxury of, today I'm feeling like this, and this is what I want to try today and see what happens. And on sets, that doesn't happen. It's like, listen, if you did that and it sucked for you, well, that's what everyone's going to see. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's such a treat. It was like any scene that I had to enter through the door would just like really stress me out, because it's just a matter of timing. And like Elise would be often talking so much before an entrance, and like if I fucked it up, then she'd have to go back to the beginning, feel really bad, like a lot of pressure. We were moving really fast. The door was also a real situation. Like it broke a couple times, and then it wouldn't open. Like the number of times I tried to enter for my scene and I couldn't get through the door, and I'd just be like, let me in, like I'm here, I'm ready. So it was just like a stressful, that was the stress of it for me. It was just like entering.
Door work. Yeah. It was 35.
Oh god.
There were so many technical things. It was the stab wound in the back. It was the talking and the moving and the stabbing and the dying and the emotions. It was hard, and we did it so many times that we were just so exhausted and literally crying, so it turned out perfect. The hardest one emotionally was the last one, because it was the first time I actually had to like feel something. Like I had to give in to what I was feeling, which was like rough. And then the other one was, there was a montage bit where Laura was eating ice cream. And I have a really hard time not laughing a lot of the time, but she turned around to look at me, and there was like a dribble of it going down the side of her face. And I'm pretty sure we cut right before I laughed the loudest I've ever laughed in my life. So that was the hardest.
When we didn't know that Ian, who played Miss Vorty, was going to like die, let's say schnick and schnack, Caitlin and I looked at each other and just like we could not get it together.
We were like, don't look at each other, we'll film the scene we got.
The sweetest, most adorable man ever. So
yeah.
All right, tell us about the scene where LaFontaine and Kirsch become Lofi's mouthpiece. Was it more difficult to stay in unison or not crack up laughing?
A little bit of both. I think it was harder for the people looking at me to not crack up laughing, because I can't really roll my eyes in the back of my head, so I was kind of just like cross-eyed and like looking at the ceiling. It was weird. But Matt and I like had memorized the lines separately, and then we got together and we tried saying them together, and we were like, this is not working. But we figured it out, and then we were about to film, and Spencer's like, I want this to be creepier. And I was like, well, I can do a really low voice. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I could do this.
Do that again.
Why? So I did that voice, and Kirsch did like a super, super high voice. So like when it's mixed, you can hear the low voice is mine, which is a fun fact. So that was hard to keep together for.
What was it like shooting that scene where you got stabbed in the back?
it was difficult because I don't know what that feels like. So
let's hope you never ever do.
So, a lot of time with acting, when you're doing feeling things, usually you can draw on things that you felt, but it's just kind of out of the blue, so it's very technical. I did a movie where I got shot, and
that's not a good track record so far, Sharon.
And I asked the stunt guy, I was like, so how do people actually get shot? Like, how do they do it? So it's like, you're thinking about kind of how it might feel, but also just like, play it up. But this is also really real. It's just like very confusing, and maybe that's why we had a bunch of takes, because I was messing it up, but I don't know. It was just, yeah, very challenging.
All right, Annie. Stacy wants to know how your performance this season was influenced by playing a secretly possessed person. What was that like, trying to secretly change Perry's character and body language?
All right. Well, I as well don't have any like personal experience being possessed, so I had to sort of like suss that out a little. So I wanted to hint at it throughout, but I didn't want to like completely blow my load in like the first couple episodes, so I tried to like gently like ease us all into it, but enough so that like if by like the last quarter of the season, if you like went back and rewatched, then maybe you could start to like pick out some sneaky little tidbits that like you hadn't, you know, caught on to before. So, and then I remember talking to Spence about like these different versions and sort of like levels with Perry this season. So it was like there was a Perry that was just like fully Perry, like in her own head, her own body, like in control. There was like a full Dean, which we didn't see a ton of, just that last little bit. And then there was like this middle portion, which was Perry mostly in her body, like 60 to 70%, with like hints of this like weirdness kind of just overtaking her that she wasn't super aware of. So I just like played with levels of that. But let me tell you, like as an actor, I really just have to thank the writers for this one, because what a treat to get to do something like that. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it makes it really exciting. So,
what is the one historical event you can see Carmilla and Maddie being at that they would really enjoy and possibly make even worse than it already is?
Being able to witness Dr. Martin Luther King speak, be a part of the civil rights movement, Black Panther, I love, like Afro Puff and You've Got Brave. Wearing all the black, right? Yeah, during segregation.
All right, this is for Natasha and Elise. What do you admire most about Laura and Carmilla's relationship?
Ladies first. I would say you can see it in the last scene between us. I think there's still so much love between the two ladies, and I think after everything that they've been through this semester, you can just feel like they're still so deeply in love with each other. This was like one of the biggest questions that I had before going into this season. I remember calling Spencer before we shot, and I was like, I just don't get it. Like there's like, you love a person, but then you just like don't like things about them, but you can't like ask them to change, but then like you want them to, and like I don't get that.
That's the most Laura thing you've ever said.
I still don't understand, but I think that's maybe what a real relationship is, where you recognize that there's parts of the other person, both parties, that you maybe don't like about that person or don't see eye to eye on, and you choose to love that person anyway.
I think my favorite thing about Laura and Carmilla's relationship is pretty similar, and it's the same thing about my personal relationship with Elise, is that their ability to learn from each other and grow from each other despite their differences, and to find a lot of common ground. I think like Elise and I have had one hell of a year. We've worked together a lot in just over a year, and sometimes our process is like very different, but we're both incredibly passionate about what we do and very driven, and so yeah, there's just like so much respect there, and I think their ability to like love someone that they're different from is just so admirable. It's really great about them.
Well, that's just damn heartwarming. I want you to give it up for this amazing cast. Hardworking. I can't believe you did this in like 4 days, too. And I am so honored to have met and talked to all of you throughout this year, so thank you, thank you, thank you.
So I'm glad I got to share that with you guys, and I hope you guys liked it. and have a great Friday.